Either I'm a genius or a pathetic wacko. Okay, now it's actually not true that you can actually use open water on a uranium to cool a reactor. I personally prefer to not use a open system. Now, but you can actually do that. Now, I had a backup a baffled system that was cooling water, but believe it or not, what you can actually do with a reactor, believe it or not, is you can use a system like this. Now, what this is okay. The so your reactor water goes. You take water, which is normal water, and you put it into a reactor. It gets all hot, boiling, turns into steam, and it goes out of the reactor, really hot, and then after that, now that water is going to be somewhat radioactive. So then what you do is you take it through. Okay, now that water is like super hot and super radioactive. It goes creates steam. Okay, now I don't know why I did this. I just wanted to do this. Okay, so then what you do is you run it through a turbine. Turbine here. Okay, it spins this turbine, and it goes out here, and then it spins, and then it expands and cools off a little bit. Okay, now it goes through here, and goes through another turbine, and then the air keeps moving. And now I don't know why I wanted to do this. I just wanted to do this. Okay, so I'm either a genius or a pathetic wacko. Now then, so it goes through here, and then it spins through here, and then it goes through here, and then it spins through here, and goes through here, and goes through this other turbine. Now, believe it or not, for some strange reason, when the radioactive particles will go deep, 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 down, and they will settle in the bottom here for some strange reason. What this actually does, it's really weird, but what this actually does is basically the radioactive particles will go through here. Now the radioactive particles are heavier than the water. So my people could actually do this. Other people cannot do this. But anyway, what the radioactive particles do is when they go through here, and this gets there's inherent radiation, and then there's collected radioactivity or whatever. Anyway, though, the system that I was using, and I'm going to tell some black person to shut the fuck up. So basically, what my system was doing, what I was doing is I was taking the there's a reactor right here. Blah. Okay, now it gets really hot. Now I'll put. Okay, so then the steam comes out of here, goes up to here. Oops, I drew it wrong. I'm horrible at drawing. Okay, so then you have your reactor right here. Now you put water in here. Goes in here. This is funny. It's funny because I'm either a genius or I'm a pathetic wacko. Okay, so you have your reactor here, and okay, so normal water comes in here, goes from here, and goes up into here, and goes into this turbine. Okay, now this is nuclear. I should put nuclear. And I'm Star. I'm Lucifer Star. Anyway, so nuclear reactor. Okay, so then water goes. So then normal water. Maybe I should put that down too. Normal water. Okay, now water goes in here, creates steam, goes out in here, and people are gonna be like, "What the fuck? This is our leader." Yeah. Okay, goes in here. Okay, now this water is going to be radioactive. Okay, now it goes up in here and it's radioactive, and it's hot steam. Okay, now it goes through this turbine. And then it goes through this turbine. Now, the radioactive particles are actually going to settle as they go along. And it goes out, and then it goes through over here. And then it goes through some more settling, blah, 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 blah. And what you get over here is normal water again. Not radioactive at all. Not even a little bit. When it goes through this baffling system. Now, some water the water that the water that comes out of here, now this water is going to be radioactive. So this is really radioactive water. Most water, though, most of the condensed water that comes out of here is going to be, the water that continues on is going to be, this is normal water. But this water right here is I can't even spell it. Radioactive. It's nuclear water, basically. This water is going to be the water that settles in here, though, is going to be radioactive. Now, this still has radioactive particles of different types, but basically, this water is going to be radioactive. That settles in here, out of here and out of here. That's going to be radioactive. Okay, now that's going to be radioactive water, but for the most part, what you get is just normal water and just normal steam. And you're also going to get calcium and some other stuff that's going to build up in here, blah, blah, blah. Okay. Most people think you can't use direct steam. You can't actually use direct steam, but you have to use a baffled system. And also, anyway, so blah, 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 blah. But what you actually get out is actually going to be normal water. And you can, anyway, though, and then what we would do is I think we would take this radioactive water because it's already radioactive, so we just put it right back in. I forget what we do with the radioactive water, but anyway, whatever. Anyway, just go back, and then I think we take this radioactive water, and I think we put it into something else. Anyway, whatever. Anyway, I don't know why I wanted to use this system, but I wanted to use this system, and I didn't really realize it. But what we were actually getting out was actually not radioactive water at all. What we were actually getting out for the most part was just normal water. Most of the water actually stays with the calcium and the steam or whatever. Anyway, something about it. Anyway, my people tested it all out before we actually did it, so we actually knew what we were doing. So we didn't even realize it, but I didn't even realize. I'm a pretty safe guy anyway, and normally I like to use a what's called. But anyway, though, basically, this is how I react. Anyway, whatever. Hey, for some strange reason, I just wanted to use this setup, and I didn't even know it, but I didn't even realize it. But using this setup right here, what you'd actually get is mostly non-radioactive water out. So, yeah, because when you slow it down, the particles that are radioactive actually settle. So they go out this other way. And you can actually just take the water. The water actually doesn't become radioactive. It's actually the minerals in the water that are radioactive. So you can actually somehow... Anyway, I don't really know that much about it. I just know that that basically... we were testing that. We tested the water that was actually coming out, so to see if it was radioactive or not. And it was actually normal water. Just normal water. So you could actually... Not reactive in the slightest. So anyway. Now the water that settled down to the bottom here, right away, this was radioactive water. But it had particles in it, which is metal and different other things, blah, 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 blah. Now this was radioactive water. Now that had to be handled specially, and I think that went back into the reactor or something like that. And anyway, it's hot water. Anyway, though, anyway, something about it, I don't really care. It was a long time ago, but we were actually really safe about it. And I just wanted to do the system for some strange reason. I didn't even realize it, but this actually collects radioactive water, and we didn't even know it. I didn't even know it. I just wanted to use this system, and it was safe. Who knew?